host governor, Her Excellency Fatuma Achali, the governor of the great county of Kwale, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Lands and Physical Planning, General Nixon Correll, the Chairman of the National Land Commission, Bwana Otachi, the Chairman of this great institute, the Honorary Secretary, the Honorary Registrar, the representative of the Food and Agriculture Organization, the UN Habitat, distinguished planners, and members of this distinguished profession, good morning. I just want to say a few things and then let you proceed with what brought you here to this beautiful county of Kwale. I'm delighted to join you this morning for the 17th annual convention of the Kenya Institute of Planners. I bring you greetings and warm regards from President William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Kenya is rapidly developing. This convention, therefore, is an opportunity to canvass and align priorities for the planners into the Kenya Kwanza plan as we work in making Kenya a planning society. That is why the theme, integrating the blue, green, and brown agendas, mainstreaming planning in all sectors for attainment of national socio-economic transformation, is very timely. I note that the theme is centered on urbanization and housing, land, natural resources and climate change, economy, trade, and investment. Esteemed planners, the Ruto administration recognizes the crucial role of spatial planning in socio-economic development. Further, we are committed to providing policy direction in land administration and management, urban development and management, as well as affordable housing. Thus, our target of 250,000 housing units annually in 5 years. To sustainability, planners have to ensure the housing units are accompanied by proportional transport and infrastructure, as well as accessible social amenities. Through the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning, we are working towards ensuring that land laws and regulations are regularly updated alongside mainstreaming spatial planning into development plans. This will fortify urban development and management. Esteemed planners, we recognize the importance of county governments in grassroots development. In this regard, we have supported counties in establishment and strengthening of urban institutions. As a result, the number of municipalities created in the last 5 years has increased to 59. There have also been substantial infrastructural investments in the municipalities as a result of conditional grants from the national government provided for improving quality of life in urban areas. We are also advancing the National Urban Development Fund for sustainable financing of urban areas and cities across our country. Madam Governor, distinguished planners, in a bid to modernize and streamline processes, we'll escalate the scale of the National Land Information and Management System. This expansion will facilitate integrated online application and planning and development at the counties. We are also spearheading digitization and archiving records, and we are fully dedicated to implementing our disaster platform. The success of these endeavors hinges on collaboration among government agencies, private sector stakeholders, and communities. Esteemed planners, it is important, therefore, to address related challenges of environmental sustainability and climate change. For instance, this convention takes place when El Nino is causing havoc across the country. Buildings have been marooned and road networks destroyed. Lives and livelihoods have been lost and others are at risk. This adds to the challenges of collapsing buildings across the country. Between the year 2009 and 2019, at least 87 buildings tumbled down, leaving 200 people dead and over 1,000 injured. The country lost over 2.4 billion Kenya shillings in such losses. Last year alone, 13 houses collapsed in Nairobi metropolitan region. While such unfortunate incidences have been linked to rogue contractors, substandard materials, limited or no geotechnical studies, greed, among other factors, the ingredient of proper planning for a safe, secure, and sustainable built environment cannot be gainsaid. Distinguished planners, this conference, therefore, should delve into harmonization of climate financing with planning, building resilient urban communities, sustainable land and resource management, among others. While the immense untapped potential in the blue economy, our administration will work with the Institute of Planners and other partners in addressing challenges in this sector and harnessing of maritime spatial planning for sustainability. In addition, the digital economy presents transformative opportunities for streamlining planning and management of data for informed decisions. On this note, I wish you a productive discussion and declare the 17th Annual Planners Convention officially open. Asanteni sana. Acha niongee kwa ile lugha rahisi, kizungu mingi imeandikwa na hii watu wetu. All the people who help us are very complicated. They write difficult things for those who are listening and those who are reading. I just wanted to say that our administration, led by Dr. William Ruto and those of us who help him in the management of the affairs of this country, adhere to the maxim that failing to plan is planning to fail. That we are there, we are on board. And our administration is anchored on planning. And we used to say during the campaign trail, kujipanga. Kujipanga is planning. Our whole governance structure as an administration is on planning at any level, at the family level, at the hustlers level, at your level, at every level. Planning is key, is critical. Planning is a key and critical component of our development as a country. All the things that have gone wrong in this country is lack of good planning. The situation we face today of a huge public debt is lack of good planning. Billions of Kenya shillings spent on legacy projects that are not well planned for the benefit of the country. The situation we are having in El Nino is because of lack of proper infrastructural planning, poor drainage systems in our cities. So this convention is being held at the right time. That planning is key. I have discussed with your chairman and the officials before we came here, and we have agreed that I'm going to have a meeting with your officials to come and take me through institutions of government where you think that at the board of directors, we need a planner to sit in that board. And once they have persuaded me, and I'm a very simple person to persuade. Mbona msikuja na kizungu mingi kwangu? Just be simple so that I understand quickly. We'll make sure that planners sit in boards of organizations where planning is key. That we shall do. Again, we have agreed that the counties are in charge of urban centers and towns and municipalities and cities. We have agreed that during the next meeting of IBEC, which I chair with the county governors, will invite the institute to come and make a 30 minutes presentation before governors, so that you persuade them and convince them, first and foremost, the importance of planning, and secondly, and most significantly, to have professional planners working for them. And I think our governors are level-headed. I think they'll see reason. And at least the governor of Kwale here has said they don't have a choice. So I'm sure before you leave here, she'll tell you the slots you need for planners in this county, so that you come and help her to govern. You know, ourselves, we are not professionals in the line of planning. We are managers, but we need professional help to plan. So the importance of your institute in this country cannot be overemphasized. So we have agreed and we are persuaded, and we don't need any further convincing that we need to embrace you to be our partners in national development. We want all cities, all urban centers to be properly planned. Let us not have haphazard developments that have no supporting infrastructure. It is you people to help us to do away with the traffic jam. It is you people to make sure that there are social amenities. Buildings don't just come up and there are no playing grounds for our children. There is no supportive sanitary and sewage system. So I want to say that this convention is very appropriate, and we are happy to be here, and we seek your partnership in that area. As part of our strategy to plan and to make planning our strategy for national development, yesterday the President chaired the cabinet to plan for El Nino. And we came up with a strategic plan on how to deal with this emergency. First and foremost, we want to appeal to the people of Kenya to be also responsible. Out of the 87 deaths that have occurred due to El Nino, 37 of them is by drowning, not floods getting you to your house, by you going to where the floods are and daring nature. Kenyans are crossing rivers when they can see the waters are menacing and they are rough. And they still insist that they are in a hurry to go somewhere, and they never reach there. I want to appeal to the people of Kenya, wherever they are, also to be responsible. As much as they're asking the government to intervene, how do we intervene when you get into a river and you can see the way it is flowing? We want to appeal to the people of Kenya to take care of their lives and to know that they have families. And there are other people, if they don't care about themselves, there are people who care about them. Let us exercise responsibility. Let us not be adventurous. Let us not try to cross a river that you can see that it is dangerous. Number two, we have instructed our county security and intelligence teams all the way to the sublocation to put measures into place to assist Kenyans not to be irresponsible. Let our officers not allow people to drown themselves. Let them also help them by stopping them. Again, we have put aside 7 billion Kenya shillings from the Civil Contingency Fund to intervene in terms of supply of food, interventions in health, provision of mosquito nets, and other drugs to deal with contaminated waters. We are also supporting the Kenya Defense Forces with resources to continue providing air support by getting food and taking to areas that are not accessible. We are also giving resources to the Ministry of Roads and Transport to restore roads that have been cut off to enable supplies reach their destinations. We are enabling them to come up with temporary bridges where they have been cut off. We are also helping the Ministry of Water to deal with the dams that are likely to have a spillover that is dangerous. And we want to ask Kenyans near dams to move to safer grounds. We want to ask Kenyans also to listen to the various alerts that are being given and comply accordingly. So we have put 7 billion shillings from the Civil Contingency Fund as an intervention. We have also tried to help the counties, not directly, because it's important that we clarify, because sometimes people hear what they should know, what they want to hear. Through the Division of Revenue Bill, we share monies with the county governments. They take a certain percentage, the national government retains the other percentage. From their shareable revenue, last week, we released 10 billion shillings to the counties as part of their shareable revenue, and we are requesting them to consider applying some of that money for El Nino interventions. This week, we shall again release another 10 billion to the counties, not specifically for El Nino, but as part of their shareable revenue. And we are requesting governors to apply their minds and see what they can do with that money, what they can reallocate to save lives. And I want to take this opportunity when I'm in Kwale, not because the governor is here, but because her and her government have intervened proactively for the people of Kwale. She has used funds to save lives, and I'm requesting other governors to follow suit, because it's responsible governance to consider what your people are going through, the resources at your disposal, and make a conscious decision to apply some of that money to save lives and livelihoods, and other things can wait when things get better. And that is an appeal we continue making. Again, I want to ask the county governments to continue unblocking drainage systems. And I again want to thank the governor of Kwale, the governor of Nairobi, the governor of Uasin Gishu, the governor of Nakuru. They did a fantastic job. And that is why you see Nairobi, despite the ravaging floods, we are not having a situation that is unbearable. I want to ask the county governments again to continue unblocking the drainage system so that water can flow and it doesn't become a danger to the residents of those areas. So we have sat down yesterday to plan, and we ask the cooperation of everybody so that we can save lives and livelihoods, and we can be able to go through this difficult phase of El Nino without loss of life and without too much damage to property. That is something that we'll continue to do continuously. So in conclusion, please help your country to plan. And the affordable housing is one of the most thoughtful strategies of our administration. One, to dignify people. Shelter is a constitutional requirement. We want Kenyans to have shelter. And not just shelter, but dignified shelter with proper sanitation so that people can be dignified. Number two, that strategy, and we need your support, is also to create employment for our young people. I am aware that people have gone to court to try to suspend the housing levy and to sabotage the housing program. Much as we respect the independence of the judiciary, I want to request our judges to exercise judicial discretion and not sabotage that program. We have thousands of young people today who are now engaged in a housing program. That program will dignify the people of Kenya. It is the desire of every Kenyan who live in an urban center to own a home one day. And all of you here, that is your desire. Anybody who left the village for the urban to be an urbanite would want to own a home. Nobody wants to continue paying rent. That program enables Kenyans to own a home in an affordable manner. I appeal to our judicial officers not to allow themselves to sabotage that program. It's a good program. Already we have many young men and women who are working on these construction sites. The Governor Kwale here has said what they are looking forward to, and it's a good program. We want to ask the planners to support that program. I think P.S. Hinga will be coming here. We'll ask him to come and share the whole plan with you so that you are part of that process, so that even as we are putting up the houses, we have the requisite supporting infrastructure in terms of social amenities, schools, churches, playing fields, roads, water, sanitation, and it is you people to help us in that aspect so that we plan properly. So I am very happy on behalf of President William Ruto to be here to engage with you people, and we'll continue engaging. We are available at any one time. Please call on us. You are partners in planning so that we all work together and we make Kenya a better country, and we make this country a country of good planning so that we can realize the fruits of planning. And as we have agreed, we'll get you involved in all aspects of planning so that we are able to make progress together. Kwa hivyo nimeshukuru sana sana sana, na kwa hayo mengi, please enjoy your stay here in Kwale. I'm sure the governor is very happy you leave some money behind here. Please don't go back with the money to Nairobi. Ile yote mmekuja nayo mtumie hapa, na mkirudi Christmas iko karibu murudi. You can book the hotels here, mkuja hapa. There are white beaches and it's a beautiful place to be in. Mutebe hapa na mujienjoy, lakini mfanye ile kazi bilete nyinyi hapa, even as you enjoy. Muko na kibarua ya kupanga mambo ya mipango so that we have a good country. Asanteni sana. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. Thank you.